Hi guys, German Prepper here. The world is in turmoil, but only in Eastern Europe is it actually burning right now. The war rages and most remain utterly ignorant of events both on the ground and the political actions surrounding the conflict. Here is your personal update. The Ukrainian front lines to the east are currently under immense strain, with serious Russian Federation gains having been made in the last 48 hours. Even the Ukrainians themselves are talking about catastrophic losses. Yevgeny Prigozhin, founder of the mercenary Russian Federation private military company Wagner, has made a statement about the fate of 30,000 Ukrainian soldiers and Foreign Legion forces fighting his men in Bakhmut. Bakhmut is a large, well-fortified area with roads, suburbs and water barriers. The Ukrainian army is well prepared and offers a worthy resistance. Our task is not Bakhmut itself, but the destruction of the Ukrainian army and the reduction of its combat potential, which has an extremely positive effect on other regions, which is why this operation was named Bakhmut Meat Grinder. In this regard, do not run ahead of events. If it happens, we will let you know. Happiness loves silence. Vitaly Klitschko, Ukrainian mayor of Kiev, has made the following statement updating the world on the real situation in his city that is deteriorating day by day. I'm not ruling out the worst case scenario, which is evacuation. There will not be a complete evacuation, maybe a partial evacuation, but it is forbidden to call it an evacuation. It will be a temporary relocation of certain categories of people to the suburbs, where the proper services will be available. In the case of a bad scenario, it would be good for anyone who has a house in the suburbs with water, heating or friends to go. A remarkable warning there, guys, that is candid in its understanding that a formal evacuation of Kiev, although now urgently needed, is not acceptable to the Zelensky government. Josep Borrell, EU High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy, has responded to Ukraine's energy plight with this statement. Putin continues bombing Ukraine. Putin continues trying to make Ukraine a black hole. No light, no electricity, no heating, to put Ukrainians into the darkness and the cold. So we have to continue our support, provide more material for the Ukrainians to face the winter without electricity. It means a lot of things, from electricity appliances to everything that is needed to pass the winter without electricity. It is difficult to imagine, but it is what is going to happen. So today also, we will look at the Ukrainian war from the point of view of the humanitarian crisis. So far, guys, the EU, using what it calls the Civil Protection Mechanism, has begun to provide assistance to Ukraine, including power generators, equipment for repairing and restoring power networks, insulated tents, sleeping bags, and other humanitarian aid. Lloyd J. Austin III, United States Secretary of Defense, has made a speech on the subject of why Ukraine matters. It was long, guys, but here is the most pertinent quote for those wondering on this very question. I'd like to talk about 4 reasons why Ukraine matters to all of us. First, Putin's war of choice is a direct threat to European security. Second, Russian aggression is a clear challenge to our NATO allies. Third, Russia's deliberate cruelty is an attack on our shared values and on the rule of law. And finally, Russia's invasion tears at the rules-based international order that keeps us all secure. So our support for Ukraine's self-defense is an investment in our own security and prosperity as well. Interesting arguments there, guys. I will leave it to you to consider their validity. A senior US defense official asked by a reporter if the US was considering sending Patriot missile batteries specifically to Ukraine has made this statement. All capabilities are on the table. Patriot is one of the air defense capabilities that is being considered. We're looking at all the possible capabilities that could help the Ukrainians withstand the Russian attacks. So all the capabilities are on the table, and we are looking at what the United States can do. We're looking at what our allies and partners can do, and looking at combinations of capabilities that would be useful. Jens Stoltenberg, NATO Secretary General, has also reportedly indicated in discussions that the deployment of the air defense systems in Ukraine is now possible. Dmitry Medvedev, arguably the Russian Federation's second most powerful man, has responded on the subject. If, as Stoltenberg hinted, NATO supplies Kiev fanatics with Patriot complexes along with NATO personnel, they will immediately become a legitimate target for our armed forces. I hope the Atlantean impotents understand this. Oleksiy Makayev, Ukraine's ambassador to Germany, has made the following statements on Germany's ZDF television channel. We really need Germany's support. Now we need generators and transformers. They especially suffer from Russian missile strikes. We need weapons, because German weapons save lives. There we are then, guys. Let's end on that note. Question for you all now. Do you believe German weapons supplied to Ukraine save lives? As always, looking forward to reading your answers. If you can, please support the channel by taking membership. It really makes a difference. Keep prepping, guys. Cheers for now.